Next up, you guys, the woman who made this all happen. She is a kick-ass producer. She's hilarious. She's a mom of six and the coolest, kindest woman. And I'm so glad I got to know her. So please welcome Amanda Haymond.
Hey.
Yay!
Woohoo! Woohoo! We did it! We did it! Yay! I would just like to share a picture of myself. This was me getting ready for the show earlier. Because apparently my hair, getting the gray out of my hair was more important than if I was funny. But you can see it looks really good now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I am a mother of 6 kids. Anybody else here? Woo! I gave birth to all my kids naturally without any medication. It was great.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right? Like big hero here. But with my last one, the nurse kept going, "Have some gas, take some gas." And I'm like, I'm Jewish. Gas and Jews, they don't.
Oh God, no.
That's right. It's okay. I am single-handedly repopulating the Jewish people.
Yeah.
Screw you, Hitler! I win! Woohoo! Actually, my husband says that every time we fight, I have a baby. He doesn't want any more kids, so that's how I got him to say, "You are right, I'm wrong." But I want 4 more, because if we have 4 more, we'll get a group discount. So I am a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for 21 years.
Woo! Yay! Oh, yay!
Yeah. That just proves that you don't have to drink to make mistakes. I've been bringing my kids to 12-step meetings since they were born, but I knew it was time to stop because I was at the grocery store and the cashier asked my 3-year-old, "And what's your name, little girl?" And she was like, "My name's Amalia and I'm an alcoholic." And then she stood up at preschool and announced that she had hit rock bottom. The other day, I found a chunk of hair on my desk, and I'm like, "Amalia, did you cut your hair again?" She was like, "No, Mommy, it's from the dog." So I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, "We don't have a dog." But guys, I'm terrified of her. I'm getting so afraid of Amalia. I'm telling you, the other day I told her she couldn't have chocolate, and when I went to bed that night, I found a headless My Little Pony on my pillow. But there are advantages to being a sober mom. One of the advantages is I always know that I have to bring home 6 kids.
Yeah.
The other day I was in my minivan and I was checking to make sure everybody had their seatbelts on, and I'm like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7! No! One of you has to go. I don't care which one, but one of you has to get out. Preferably the surly teenager. So when I met my husband, he used to sell diamonds. Well, that's what we called it, because you can't put money launderer on So I told him that I wouldn't marry him unless he went straight. So he did. He went straight to the couch. Now we're broke. We're so broke that I had to sell one of my kids on eBay. T-shirt for sale, model included, no refunds. But you know what's interesting about my husband is that he can never find his pants. He can never find his pants. I'm like, are we so poor that you can only afford one pair of pants? I'm thinking instead of trying to find your pants, maybe you should find a job. That's more of a rant. Thank you for listening. So at the age of 44, I got a positive pregnancy test. Anyone else? So I did. I thought it was menopausal. So I did what any other perimenopausal woman would do. I Googled why that would happen. Google said cancer. So I went to the doctor. I'm like, I got a positive pregnancy test, so I think I have cancer. She was like, no, Meta, you're definitely pregnant. I'm like, are you sure it's not cancer? Yeah. On January 16th, 2020, I gave birth to my son, Tumor. But I'm always afraid that people are going to think that I'm his grandma. So when I'm at the mall and my 13-year-old tells me that I'm embarrassing her, I just hand her the baby and walk behind her and go, So I talked about having postpartum depression in the newspaper, and so I thought I'd probably better do some jokes about it, right? Yeah. Do you know that there are people who lose weight when they have postpartum depression? I never get the skinny depression. No. I'm on the couch, I'm crying, I'm breastfeeding, I'm stuffing my face with chips and Oreos. Like I'm a cocaine addict. So there. My postpartum depression psychiatrist asked me the other day if I had any thoughts of harming myself or others. I was like, yeah. And she goes, who? I'm like, my 12-year-old daughter. She keeps stealing my toilet paper. The toilet paper that I'm using. Who does that? I could wring her neck. She didn't find that funny. Clearly, she doesn't have kids. So I got a COVID test a couple weeks ago, and when I was there, they told me that I had to self-isolate. They're like, make sure you go home and lock yourself in a room and don't have interactions with anybody else. I'm like, I'm a mother of 6. This is not a bad thing. Oh my God, the Netflix, I got the Uber Eats. I was like, Mama's gonna party. I actually feel really sick. I think I need to go get a COVID test again. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting a little bored with this COVID, though. I really am. The other day I said to my husband, oh, I'm so bored, honey. And he's like, well, let's go have sex. I'm like, no, I want to do something fun. So on my son Tumor's first birthday, we had a COVID birthday on Zoom, right? And I just think my kids are so lucky because at least me and my husband, we try to be normal. My parents were hippie drug dealers. When we had birthday parties, we didn't play pin the tail on a donkey. We played pin the tail on the heroin addict. But guys, how do you rebel against hippie drug dealer parents? It's hard, right? Like it's really hard. But I know how.
Do you want to take my keys? Okay. Bye, Steele. Enjoy your bath bomb.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Whoever's going. Bye. So anyway, you should. The way to rebel against hippie drug dealer parents is you become an Orthodox Jew. My dad was so mad though. He was like, "What? Does this mean you're not going to buy my drugs anymore?" I'm like, "Yeah, Dad. Kosher." And I was like, why can't you rebel like every other drug dealer's kids and just become an accountant? They're my best customers. Oh my God. You should have seen our wedding. You should have seen the wedding. The wedding was unbelievable. At our wedding, the rabbi, he was like, I now introduce to you David, son of Mazal and Shmuel, and Amanda, daughter of Moonbeam and Fantasy. Oh my God. But at least I got a normal name, unlike my sister Acidophilus. So after our wedding, we moved to Israel. We lived there for 10 years. I used to have care packages sent to me full of ketchup chips because, you know, I love ketchup chips. And there are a lot of wars in Israel. And we lived through 4, and 3 of them we were under direct attack. So one day I'm sitting on the couch, I'm breastfeeding the baby, you know, eating my chips. And all of a sudden, the air raid siren goes off. So I like jump up, I get the kids to the bomb shelter, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no! I forgot my chips in the kitchen. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then I'm like, should I send one of the kids back? But it's like, which one? The oldest? He's my stepson. But he's slow. Or maybe the youngest? I mean, he's fast, but I love him. I'm telling you, I'm so glad to be back in Canada. Yeah. So my 8-year-old, he comes home from school the other day and he was like, Mommy, I have this friend and he doesn't like it when I go and play with the other kids in our class at school. And sometimes I just want to play with other kids. So I was like, oh, I totally know how you feel. Sometimes I want to play with other daddies, but your daddy doesn't like that. My husband was like, you want a divorce? And I'm like, oh, yeah. You want another baby? Number 7? Anyway, guys, I want to just say thank you so much to everybody for coming out to this show tonight. It's been so exciting to see your faces. And for supporting Mommy Comedy. And I just want to, let's give a big hand to all the comics on the show tonight. Lynn, Cara Rossellini, and a big hand to our tech people, Andre Dyatel, whose face you can't see, but that's okay. He's Russian. He never smiles. And to my daughter, Chaya Malo, but she had to be here, otherwise she couldn't have her phone back. And for all of you, for you guys for coming. So if you liked our show, go to our Facebook page, Mamacon Comedy, like it, and leave glowing reviews. And if you didn't, don't tell. Keep an eye out for our Mother's Day show, and thank you so much, everybody. I gotta go. I'm ovulating. It's been a great night. Thank you, everybody, for coming.